welcome to Mom's Bookshelf, Nurturing Motherhood Through Literature. I am Shabina Zaidi, the author of Revelations of a Millennial Mom, and of course, your host. On this podcast, Mom's Bookshelf, we invite maternal mental health life coaches, people who are doing exceptional in their careers, and mom authors. And today we have one such guest who is not only a life coach, she's a corporate trainer. She's an author of two books, Thinking into Success and Thinking into Desires. She is the founder of Laws of Life Coaching, and she is the only one in the very first awareness coach in the whole of Middle East. She's a vibrant personality, and she's the one who is the founder of Sustainability Art and Handicrafts in UAE. So let's welcome Suryaprabha Easwar. Welcome to our show, Miss Suryaprabha. How are you doing?
Thank you, Shabina, for this wonderful initiative, Mom's Bookshelf. I'm grateful for this podcast, not just because I'm here to speak something, but I think these kinds of podcasts help a lot in bringing forward insights from people who have been there, people who have achieved something, and then it becomes a kind of guidance to those who are aspiring young moms, those who believe that it's not possible for them to be more than just a mom. So I think this is a great initiative, and let me appreciate you. Take a moment to be grateful for this.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Suryaprabha. Indeed, it is an initiative for all the moms to come over here and speak about their journeys. What is the difference they are creating in this world? So, Miss Suryaprabha, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for your award-winning books, Thinking into Success and Thinking into Desire. So while I was going through your books, I realized, they are so much about thoughts. We generally speak about thoughts. We generally speak about how positive thoughts, when we streamline these thoughts, they lead you to success. So what was your take? What are your takes when it comes to thoughts and success? Or what was your ikigai that led you to write these books?
Good question. First of all, a little bit of backstory. Like all other working women, for nearly 15 years or so, I was into the corporate grind, and I'm proud to be so, being both in the corporate world and entrepreneurial world. But for a long time, I did not realize the power of thought. It was not until my second pregnancy in 2011, they say pregnancy it could do two things to women. One is it could put you into a negative spin in terms of neonatal depression, or it could also unleash and open up the dam of creativity and bring up all the creativity out of you. Now, this is what my 2011 pregnancy did to me, but I did not know what it was. So I was looking for, other than my happy day job days, there was a lot of creativity which was trying to come out. I didn't know how to fill the void. I tried quilting. Started crafting. And then my crafting, went well, which is to do with sustainable crafting techniques, which people started wanting me to teach them. Now, then I launched my first entrepreneurial venture in 2018, which was Divine Arts Handicraft, wherein I teach workshops. In the workshops, I teach women decoupage art technique, wherein they really don't need a lot of time, like many hours of classes. It's a simple crafting technique where you convert anything available at home, simple things, into beautiful art pieces. But I thought I could do more than that. There was this kind of void inside me. It even led to a little bit of not really psychological, but more of a physical illness or ill health. So I thought that I need to find my way or find an outlet, because what happens is the void that is inside of you wants to will eventually affect your health.
Yes.
That is where it will come out. The spirit, which always wants to expand and express, will first whisper. If you don't listen, it will nudge. If you still don't listen, it's going to blast and come out in the form of health. So luckily, it was not a life-threatening one, but it was definitely a kind of thing which needed attention. So then I thought I need to work with a mentor who would probably need to guide me and probably lead me to fill that void. And I worked with the greatest thinker of the generation, Bob Procter, He was 86 when I started my coaching, and by 2022, unfortunately, we lost him. But I was successfully able to get coached from him. Mary Morrissey, I have a serial of mentors, and at this point in time, I still have a couple of mentors. And I realized also that you always need to be on a learning curve. It's never enough in terms of learning. So then, when I studied with him, it was he who introduced to me the power of thought. And if you change the way you think, you can change the results in your life. And that led me to research and study with him more. And that is what led me into writing these books. Now, these books are my personal interpretations of my study, and a lot of insights and enlightenment that I got along the way, I converted them into pieces of chapters, which I think going forward, not only just mothers, any aspiring individual, whether it's a college student, teachers, business executives, everybody can apply these. So these primarily fall under two categories. One is the laws of life, understanding that there are not certain things you have to do, but there are things you have to do in a certain way to achieve the desired life you want. And second is awareness. Awareness is everything. Consciousness is everything. So which led me to dig more into the realms of quantum physics and stuff, which I absolutely love, and I'm still studying it. So that is what intrigued me and made me write these books and give those knowledge, give those pieces of wisdom to share to as many people as possible in as many forums. And writing is one of the best ways to do that.
Yes, absolutely. Writing is one of the best ways to deliver the content which you have. I mean, we have so many thoughts arising in our minds, and you've done your courses under Bob Procter, and I'm sure that with the vast amount of experience that you are coming, it is so important to deliver whatever thoughts that you have with the amount of experience that you have, with the amount of books that you read. So you are the very first awareness coach in the entire UAE, and I'm sure that during the time when you are training in the corporate, or you go for trainings for students or colleges, and there must have been various success stories. So is there any such success story which you would like to talk to us about?
Sure. So there are two kinds of things, services which I do. One is, of course, corporate workshops and training, and the other is personalized mentoring. So on the personalized mentoring field, where what I found, what really people struggle with is the age-old relationship and the confusion that happens by not understanding what sacrifice really means, and the feeling of not being grateful to somebody, or somebody not being grateful to you, or not feeling fulfilled in a relationship. This is the most common relationship issue which comes on the personal mentoring area. On the corporate training, what I clearly see is obviously a lack of understanding in terms of, probably you can say, living by design. A lack of understanding on living inside out, a lot of dependency on what your circumstances is making you do, a lot of dependency or living life based on your circumstances, rather than you living inside out and you trying to write your circumstances. So that is a lack of understanding which I see. There's a question that I get asked. So one of the things that I have incorporated into my workshops, and both personal mentoring I do in a series of recorded specialized audio based on that person's need, and on the corporate workshops also based on the understanding that what is lacking. I have put into the curriculum the understanding of clear difference between goals, purpose, and vision. Now, a vision is what is it that you want, or where is it that you want to be in life?
Where do you want to go? Yeah.
Yes, a purpose is why do you have this vision, and a goal is how you would attain it.
Where, why, and how.
So these are the three fundamental questions. So there has to be first clarity on vision, purpose, and goal. So this is one thing which helped me immensely. Once it is clear, it helps me immensely to take them forward or ease a lot of things out. So let's say a person knows how to swim very well. He's a champion swimmer. and he is swimming, he can also swim against the current. But if he doesn't, and if he's swimming, he's putting all his efforts, but he's swimming along the shore, and he doesn't know or not aware of the shore, he's going to never reach the destination. He's going to put all the efforts.
So maybe he has that fear of being drowned.
No, he doesn't have the awareness of what his shore is.
Yeah.
What is his shore? Where does he want to go? Right? So that clarity should be there. Then channelize the energy that you have towards that shore. So all the energy that you're putting throughout the life, specifically for moms. So if you are putting your energy in bringing up your child, and I also see in the same context, there's a lot of distortion in understanding what sacrifice is. Yeah. Unfortunately, because a lot of these ideas are being put into the children through whatever media is. Sacrifice means giving up something that you love to meet someone else. Well, that is a very wrong concept of sacrifice. There is a law of sacrifice. Yes. Sacrifice really means giving up something of lower order, lower value to achieve something of higher value. Okay, so let this be clear, at least to this podcast, to all moms. It is not important that you give up something valuable for you, which will help you to expand and express your purpose in life. It's not important to give that away or give that up to achieve a smaller goal, which could probably be a logistic issue of dropping your child somewhere. This support system can be built. Yes. You do not have to feel guilty for not being able to take your child out for a particular thing. That can be arranged. Yeah. If you just extend your thinking, if you just speak out for help, you will get this support system. Yes. But do you have the intent of going and giving that service that your soul wants? Mm-hmm. And in the same context, I also want to, talk about opportunity is largely misunderstood. This is something which I get a lot. Opportunity is seen as something that I'm going to get. Mm-hmm. Opportunity is not about something that I will get. Opportunity is a choice or a possibility for you to give. So I tell them to see the whole world as a big container. Mm-hmm. People are putting in their service, and people are also taking out, receiving. Yeah. So if you need more people to put in, so larger people can receive. So your only purpose should be to what can you put in more?
Yeah, that's a wonderful thought.
Absolutely. So this is the awareness that I want to create.
I think that is so important. It's important for women to realize that how much energy you're putting in, and also along with that, I think. Nowadays, what's happening that we think that we have to be with the kids, and as you spoke, that as we embark on this motherhood journey, we come to a phase where everything seems to be very vague, because we don't have any prior experience. There is a first time mom, she doesn't have any prior experience, and nowadays when we are being raised in nuclear families, so we don't have that experience how my life is going to change, and there comes this confusion whether we should focus on our career, whether we should focus only on the kids. And there is this, ambiguity which arises. So I think something that you spoke about, it's very important for females, for moms to analyze their why, their how, and what. So I think you should reach out to Suryaprabha Easwar for all these queries. It's very important for life coaches to mentor females, especially females, because of this phase, the transition phase that arises during this part of motherhood. So Suryaprabha, I met you last year, and that time your first book was released, which also received an award. And this year, your second book, Thinking into Desires, this was released. So how did you, you're an author of two wonderful books which deals about thoughts which we've been hearing from you. So is it an extension of is your second book an extension of your first book? And what are the ideas and thoughts which you've spoken in your first book? How did it lead to the second one?
Absolutely. My first book actually was Thinking into Desires, and it is more of a pocket book with tiny, like 2-page chapters, which just gives the basic idea or introduces to people that such kind of things exist and you need to know about them. And at the end of each chapter, I have a small exercise which is practical and you can put it in your daily activity. You don't have to take out separate time to do it. Then when I thought that, okay, I need to delve deeper into those concepts itself, and relate the thought into a bigger thing which people are looking at, which is success. Again, success is a very, very elusive term. And if you look at it in one way, there's nothing called success which really exists. What exists is only journey, okay, against time. So success doesn't exist, but still, just because they say that I'm successful at something, it gives a lot of sense of accomplishment. It puts the people's self-esteem higher. So if that is a way which people can, bring them forward or pull themselves up, then why not? But then explaining to them what success actually means, and then what are the different other tools they can use to achieve this from within their existing circumstances, not necessarily seeking something from outside, from within them. Then I thought I need to elaborate more on thinking into desires in creating a little, bigger version of it by writing about things that help one in success, like your attitude, like your belief. What is belief? Like, for example, you say seeing is believing. A lot of people don't understand what this term means, and they say seeing is not believing. Everyone knows what I see. With half door open, behind the door it could be something else. But that is the point. When somebody said seeing is believing, they didn't mean seeing with your physical eye. So I've explained this in one of the chapters in my book. When they say seeing is believing, they're talking about having a vision in your inner eye, in your inner mind. You see it so clearly and you believe in it, that it will manifest into a reality. This is what seeing and believing means. So again, you see how under all these concepts are distorted, and how people don't pay attention to it, or say, don't give me those, old dialogues. Yeah. But if someone explains to them what this really means, or in a more scientific manner, in a logical manner, they will understand and apply it. Yeah. So these are some of the things I have explored in my second book, Thinking into
Success. Absolutely. So you speak about your power of thoughts. You speak about how we can implement thoughts to get the desired outcome. So do you think that obviously there must have been some challenges? Usually when people hear and they feel that it's not so easy to think, to have those positive thoughts. You are going through a rough phase in your life. How can you think positive and all that? So what is that connection, and what is the challenge which people may usually come across, or you would have come across during all this thought process?
I think one of the biggest challenge, which even I at some point of time, and everybody, mostly women, the belief that they are not good enough is, I see it very, very dominant. And even if they see that, okay, I will try and do something, they have this habituated belief that no, you're trying to work on your desires is less important than something else around it, or the circumstances. But I want to clarify this. Most of the time, it is not the circumstances which stops them. It is not their family members. It is not I think the men of today are extremely supportive, and they will be the first person to be proud of when their wife accomplishes something. Absolutely. So it is not at all about family. Children are never a hindrance. In fact, children get their motivation from working, really successful parents. Yeah. And yes. So I don't think
they support you.
And they understand if you tell them. They're very intelligent enough, and they have a lot of access to information these days. So they are much more evolved than what we were at 10-year-olds. So I am a mother of a 25 and I am a mother of a 12, both at the same time. So I know how evolved they are in terms of analyzing characters, in terms of analyzing people's wants.
Absolutely.
It's extremely evolved.
Very sharp.
Yes.
So even when I get, dress up and I go somewhere, so my kids, they are the first ones. Then, Mama, your bag is not matching with your dress, or Mama, you should wear this dress instead of this one. So they are so sharp, and they have more awareness about this world. I'm sure with kids, they're not a hindrance. They are in fact your support in your journey as a mother. But yes, there comes a phase where you have to, that's a challenging one. The initial phase in motherhood, that is a challenging one. But then I think kids become your
the larger challenge then, I think, is within us itself. It's not the children. Mm-hmm. So are you willing to give up your all for whatever cause that you want to, deliver. The spirit inside always wants to expand and express. And this is a term which I got from Mary Morrissey, and I want to spread this as much as possible. If you do not allow that, now that expansion need not be one particular purpose. We don't have to, keep telling women, find your purpose, or find this purpose. It's not necessary. It will come naturally to them. But it could be anything. It could be writing a book. It could be baking cakes. It could be just opening up a nursery.
Things which makes you happy.
It could be a board membership also. Now, that is always there. All you need to do is to don't be a hindrance to yourself. Get up, go and do it. Be what you want to be. So if you want to see yourself as in one of the workshops, so one of the ladies was telling, I want to be a technological kind of, I want to do the whole technological setup for my school. So I said, what is stopping you? Right? So she is a teacher but she has a bigger area of her talent, which is the technology. So I said, what is stopping you? So you don't wait for someone to give you a position and then do it. You be it. And then the situations or positions will come, because setting intent is very important. So if you set the intent, that is what the universe understands, or that is what the manifest, as I said, the huge container, for it to understand what you want, you send it by setting your intent.
Absolutely.
That feeling of intent or excitement of to be able to serve is what is going to bring in circumstances and people and even finance for you to launch that whatever first initiative you want to do. So start writing.
So I think for us, for people, when we are in our journey towards some particular thing, we are just thinking in one particular direction, and we are not able to gauge what are the possibilities which can arise. So I think people like you who are life coaches and who are mentors, they can provide a platform where people can also look beyond and find out what are the possibilities. So with the power of thoughts, the work that you are doing, and even for women, so what is that one or two message which you would like to give to women who are lost or who are in ambiguous situation regarding their career or regarding that one particular moment which may feel like a eureka moment for them? So what are your thoughts about it?
I actually have two messages here. One of them is just get up, go and do it. There is nothing bigger than pushing yourself to do it. Once you keep your one step forward, the universe will conspire to bring everything towards you. If you wanted to start making podcasts, you will keep getting people who help you with that. It is as simple as that. But you need to take that one step forward and don't say that, my so-and-so, my parents or siblings or your spouse or children. No, they are never a hindrance. So all you need to do is to take that one step forward. The second thing, it might sound like it is stereotypical, but it is a very, very strong and important thing. Financial independence is important for women. Financial independence in the sense, I'm not telling you that you don't depend on something. I'm telling find a way to accomplish what you want, then earn that what you want by your own accomplishment. It gives an immense amount of satisfaction. It need not be a big amount, but financial wise investment or investment with what you already have and earning with your own hands and buying what you want is a lot of power. As much as it may sound stereotypical, but it is a fact. It is a fact. Yes. It's very important.
So it's important to take action, find out what's important to you, find out your why. And it's very important to be financially independent for women to embark on this journey of self-development.
Absolutely.
And Suryaprabha, you, along with the work that you're doing, you are a corporate trainer, you're an author, you're a writer, you're a coach. So along with that, you are also you're a serial entrepreneur, and you are handling the business of that's related with sustainability workshops. So would you tell us something more about it? Because even with the understanding that I have, it's very important for women to interact, network with each other. And I think you are providing that kind of a platform.
Absolutely.
And sometimes if I speak about myself, I'm not into art, But sometimes I feel like, go to a place and unleash whatever is there in my mind. Since I'm a writer, so I am better with my thoughts and writings and all that. But sometimes I feel that just scribble something, doodle something, and do something which I'm not good at. So let's find out, how do I do it? Even if I'm not good at it, I was not so good at drawing or art in my school or my college, but I feel like exploring this new side of me. So you're doing something in
Absolutely.
that regard as well. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, please tell us more about
So
it.
not just from the perspective of a lot of moms, especially new moms, in order to feed their creative side, they want to do some kind of, even creating a small art piece, it gives a sense of self-esteem and accomplishment, but they don't have time to go for regular classes. Painting, it will take a few months, a few years. Drawing will take a few years. But what can they create quickly using things at home? That is sustainable craft, and also get a sense of accomplishment, and then later convert it into some kind of business if they want to. So one such thing is decoupage, which I largely promote. Again, there are not a lot of people who promote this sustainable art, but what I found is this is something which even the COP28 being the government focus, it is, they promote it a lot, and I was recognized
I'm
by
an
the
environmental engineer, so I'm so much intrigued with this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Ministry of Youth and Culture supports this a lot, and I was, felicitated by them as well. So this is something which the whole country as a whole, something on sustainability is something they want. Now, ladies do networking, they hang around, sometimes they have hen party or they have other kind of things. What I'm telling is, if you club some kind of creative work along with hanging around, that would not only give them their take home something creative that you have done, time well spent, a little bit of cost they put together and just do the workshop. It'll also, make that whole experience of networking more interesting. Specifically when ladies are meeting up on parties or whatever the occasion, whether it is birthday or, something to do with, even hen parties. I think this is a great way to meet up. It's a new way, and nobody has to. Yeah, and nobody has to feel uncomfortable that I don't know how to paint or draw. Or everybody is welcome. Yeah. We will teach. Yeah. So that is my motto of Divine Arts Handicrafts, and it's also running well. There's a lot of demand. Corporate groups.
Yeah, you do workshops
Absolutely.
for them as well. So that is quite an inspirational conversation that we've just had with Suryaprabha Easwar. And if you want to contact her for such conducting such decoupage workshops, you can contact her. You can also contact her for having corporate trainings, for life coaching, for mentorship, because she is doing a wonderful job at corporate trainings, and we've already heard from her how to streamline our thoughts to get a desired outcome and to get the desired success. And for women, for females, it is so important, because there is a certain time in our life where we go into ambiguity, and sometimes we feel that the external circumstance is the cause, but the cause is lying deep within us, and we need to embark on a new journey. We need to revitalize ourselves. So it's very important to have a hold and a support of a life coach, of a mentor, so that you can just unleash and you can just tell all about your thoughts, whatever is going on in your mind. So you can contact Suryaprabha Easwar, and we are going to give all the details in the description box about Suryaprabha. It was so nice to have a conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you.